Hello everyone and welcome back to your YouTube channel and welcome to this very short video. This video is a second part of a previous video where we discussed the issue of having a system one with two synchronous machines operating in parallel as generation units. And then we want to obtain an equivalent generator. So if you remember, I use two synchronous machines, 50 MVA, operating in parallel, and then I got an equivalent generator. So something that you must know is that yes, you can obtain an equivalent machine and this machine will be 100 MVA. If you remember, we keep here the inertia constant, rotational inertia constant, and here the stator reactance. So now what I will show you is there is a third way or a possible option to solve this problem easily. So what you need to do is basically we are using here 50 MVA machine with the original data of the individual generators of the system one. But inside PowerFactory, we have a very interesting parameter that is called parallel machines. So if I use here two parallel machines, PowerFactory will consider that with this basic data inside the element, we are having in reality two machines. For instance, if you look over here, the active power dispatch is 42.5 with a power factor of 0.95. But if we run here the load flow, we are obtaining that from this machine we are dispatching 85.0. And the reason is very simple. Because we are assuming here we are using a number of parallel machines equal to 2, so the active power dispatch here, 42.5 megawatts, is multiplied by 2. But more important and probably more exciting for my students is that is also happening for the dynamic model. So, in other words, if you use one of these machines and now you select the machines in parallel equal to 2, you will get the same dynamic performance. And to demonstrate that, let me run initial conditions over here, and we will apply a short circuit, three-phase short circuit at the bus bar number 1 for 120 milliseconds. And we want to see the response that is coming from the two very important state variables. In this case here on the top, you can see the rotational speed in per unit. And here at the bottom, you can see the phase angle, the rotor angle, in degrees. And there is no surprise. As you can see, there is a perfect match because in reality, including here the number of parallel machines equal to 2, also solve the problem of the equivalent machine. So this is an additional way to obtain, in a very simple way, just substituting here or including here two parallel machines. You can start from the system number 1 and you can get here an equivalent system number 3 by just modifying here and including a number 2. So this is all for this video. I hope you find useful and I will see you at the next one. Bye.